I was actually born and raised in a little town in southeastern Pennsylvania. It's about 45 miles northwest of Philadelphia. Give you the general sense of where that location is. Near the Pennsylvania Dutch country in Pennsylvania, in a little town called Birdsboro, B-I-R-D-S, Birdsboro. And it's between Reading and Pottstown, and I always say near Reading because no one's ever heard of Birdsboro. But it was a great little town to grow up in. My parents were born and raised in the same area, so there was a strong family, a strong familial connection back in that part of the country. And in fact, my wife now, Molly, was born and raised about a quarter of a mile away from me. So we're both from that small town, members of the same church, went to the same high school, and just grew up it was actually a great part of the country. I spent a lot of my youth hunting and trapping, and that's how I made money. I had trap lines that I would run and get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go check and all that sort of thing. But I lived there until I finished high school, and then I went away to college. And I left Pennsylvania and went to North Carolina because my mother and father weren't all that excited about the company I was keeping, and they wanted to get me as far away as possible from Pennsylvania. So I went down to North Carolina and spent 4 years down there at Catawba College. Again, a great small college, about 1,000 students, but it was really a terrific experience.
We did 3 different searches, and all of them, I'm not going to say they failed, but we learned something with each one of them. And then Dr. Soap said, hey, you know what? I have somebody that I really think has integrity and that really has experience and knowledge and has done this in multiple places. Emory-Riddle of all places, which is a phenomenal university. And so I said, trust your gut. And so he brought Dr. Heist in. Immediately, I said to myself, oh my gosh, it's like things happen for a reason. And he was the guy. He's calm, he's patient, he asks all kinds of questions. He's happy, he's motivated, he wants to be involved, and he's excited about the opportunity, and we're so fortunate to have him.
He is in charge of all of the different colleges. Now we have 5, including health sciences now. So he is in charge, he oversees the deans, he oversees anything that has to do with academics. There is also the IT department where any online learning, like e-learning, he oversees that. He now recently took over athletics, so he oversees that. He's instituting a PhD and building on the PhD programs we already have at the university. So he's bringing all of the knowledge and experience that from his previous institutions to expand all the programs and our offerings at the university.
It's a big job. I always actually say that on campus, the provost should be the busiest person because of the extent of the academic internal affairs that he has to manage. The provost on a daily basis deals with the curricular issues, he deals with the budgetary issues corresponding to all of the operations he is responsible for in the 5 colleges, in addition to student affairs, in addition to economic development and athletics and management thereof.
He's in the trenches in regards to the policies that are being developed, the academic oversights, the development of new programs, and the evaluation and investment in the programs that we currently have. So on a daily basis, we are interacting in regards to, maintaining the current ship of things we have going on, and we're continually adding to that ship and making it a better ship.
From the university standpoint, the academic reputation is key. We really want to grow the academic reputation. And the way that happens is through your research. Because the example I often give to people is if you look at the textbooks that they're using at Caltech or Harvard or Princeton or Case Western or the other places that you would normally think of right away when you think of MIT, we use the same books, we teach the same material, and we may even do it better. But yet, when people are asked about top flight universities, what do they say? They say, well, that's because of the research, because of what they've been able to do through their many years of research activity as R1 institutions. Well, that raised their academic reputation, and that's what will happen to this institution if we grow our research enterprise, mostly applied research enterprise. So it's not the only thing, it's in addition to quality teaching. That's always going to be the case. We always have to be a first-class instructional institution. We got to serve our students, but this has got to happen too at the same time. And there's a symbiotic effect that will raise the reputation and the visibility of this institution. So to me, that's really key.
I think both with Dr. Heist and Dr. Soap's vision, they complement each other really well, which is essential in higher education, so that they're on the same page, so that they can build that vision throughout the colleges, the departments, the staff, all of that, right? So I think you're going to look at all the vision taking place. So we're going to have more students. You're going to have a more developed College of Health Sciences. You're going to have AI infused in a lot more programs than we do right now. You're going to see opportunities for additional spaces that we need coming to fruition, and you're going to see a well-developed marketing that has never been done in the history of the university, which will bring us many more and more students like we have today.
For the last 8 months, the Provost has been absolutely the busiest person on campus, and the outcomes of this in terms of our enrollment growth, in terms of the new number of students coming in terms of the reputation of our academic and professional development programs getting to be incredibly well known, not only locally and regionally, but across the country. The outcomes have been truly exceptional, and on a personal level, I'm very pleased. Richard is really, in many ways, an old friend and a great colleague to work with.
He's able to bring that knowledge and bring that experience it's a benefit to the university. So it's so far so good. He's had some good feedback, and it's been a very positive change.
Having that breadth and depth helps with building a new college or fixing or developing the kind of vision Dr. Soap has for the university on the other end. So he is the right person at the right time, and I think all of that beforehand should have happened to get us to where we are now.
I would say I have enjoyed our time together, and I hope we have a lot of additional time where I can learn and grow from his experience and get some really good things done.
Just thankful for the opportunity to be able to work with Dr. Heist, and I'm looking forward to as many years as he can give us. So, thank you, Dr. Heist.